With the countdown to the first day of the royal meeting ticking away, many Ascot contenders are having their major final pieces of work, and it's the same for this chap, Animal Kingdom, who got a feel for the stiff uphill finish of Ascot's unique turf under big race jockey John Velazquez, with the gaze of the British press standing by. In a proper dress rehearsal, the dual Group 1 winner had a wander around both the pre-parade and the main paddock itself before heading out to the sun-drenched turf. Stretching clear of an unnamed workmate, the Dubai World Cup winner appeared to enjoy his spin on the green stuff and literally skipped over the rain-softened ground in fine style. John Velazquez has got the enviable job of steering Animal Kingdom at the hill at Ascot, and he's been riding the horse Work this morning. How did you find it went?
Very good, very good. He handled the track really well, although it's pretty soft, but he seemed to handle it very well, and it good worked.
And you've ridden the horse before, of course. You won the Kentucky Derby on him. Do you feel he's strengthened up since that win a couple of years ago?
He's still the same. He's done very well since I was on him last. So very impressive. Worked really well. So hopefully he's like that on the day of the race.
And do you feel for you and for the horse it's crucial that you should come here and get a piece of work on the track he's going to be racing over?
Well, I think it was important for him to see it, obviously. It's a different surfer, it's a different weight of running here, obviously, and then uphill as well. He's been training here in England, obviously, but just to get a feel of the course he's going to run, I think is very important that we got it done, and he seemed to handle it very well.
This is a big Group 1. This must be a race you want to get on your CV.
Definitely. This is a very special race to a special horse, and it'll be great to get it done. And obviously, I think this is the last race he's going to run. So if we can win it, it'll be very special for the whole team and for myself, obviously.
Johnny's happy, so I'm happy.
And of course, you walked the track a couple of weeks ago, and I think you sort of were quoted as saying you're a little bit surprised as to how stiff the uphill finish was. And was that quite a deciding factor in giving this horse some experience on this track?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not something I would have done at home. I don't usually do race course works, but I thought it was great they gave us the opportunity to come over here, and I think it was important that he did it. I mean, it's so different from anything he's ever done before, so he needed the experience.
That was sort of my next question. How has he sort of adapted to the slightly different training regime to what he's used to back home?
Yeah, I mean, it's very different, and he's handled it remarkably well. I mean, it's always a concern. It's very new for me and him, so I'm really pleased with how he's adapted to it. But that's the kind of horse he is. He's just a remarkable horse that seems to adjust to whatever's thrown at him.
And what have you done with him sort of physically since this Dubai World Cup win?
When he first got here, we're stable at David Lanigan's, and when he first got here, he had a couple of weeks of really not doing much at all, just to get over the trip. It's a tough trip. He had a tough race. And then we started picking up his works. We had to get him used to the uphill gallops, which was totally foreign to him. And once I felt that he was comfortable with that, he started doing a bit of work every week, about 4 or 5 furlongs. And he's probably done that 4 times before today, and he'll have 2 more works before Ascot.
John Massara is part owner of Animal Kingdom, of course, of Arrowfield Stud, the owners. What did you think of his work this morning?
Well, it was a sort of bit of a look around. He did what he did very easily. He seemed to cope with the straight. The jockey seemed happy enough. I think Graham Motion, the trainer, didn't want to do too much because of the rain last night. I think they got 2 or 3 inches of rain, and the track was a bit rain affected and didn't want him to slip or do anything like that. So I think overall you had to be pretty happy. He seemed to do what he was doing very easily, and the jockey felt there was a lot more there. So pretty good. It's different at Ascot. It's different to what he's used to, and I think this has been a very valuable thing. Look, reconnaissance is never wasted.
I mean, we saw him when he was racing in Dubai, and he could be a bit keen perhaps in the mornings around the Meydan track, but he's just alert. He takes everything in, doesn't he?
He was very relaxed today, and he takes it all in. You're right, he's very alert. He's a 5-year-old stallion. He's looking around, and but you had to be happy, and I think the trainer's happy and the jockey's happy, which means the owners are happy.
Barry, what did you think of his workout this morning?
I thought it was nice. I was looking to see if he was going to be fresh, which coming off that hard race he had, plus the travel, would be my biggest concern, and I'm pretty pleased with the way he looked.
What does this horse mean to you?
Well, it's kind of hard to explain. I've bred some pretty good horses, and when you're a breeder, people always say, well, it must really feel a lot better and more satisfying to race one that you've bred. And until this horse, I never really got that sensation. But with this horse, it's like having your kid out there and in a like a soccer game or a little league baseball game. You know, you feel that you've created him and he's got something to do with you. We've asked him a lot of questions and he keeps coming up with the answers.
All roads now lead back to the course on June the 18th for a crack at the Grade 1 Queen Anne.